Richard Gage of Architects and Engineers for 911Truth, as most everyone knows, is probably the main proponent of controlled demolition of the World Trade Center towers and Building 7. Likes to use the scientific method. Let's listen to what he says on it.
What we do is we apply the scientific method, which many of us learned in 7th and 8th grade. It's the best way yet discovered for winnowing truth from lies and delusion. The simple version looks something like this. We formulate a question. How did the Twin Towers collapse? We perform research. We make observations.
So far, so good. We make observations. Let's take a look at one of Mr. Gage's observations. See what it is. This is the North Tower, which had the big antenna on it. And the observation is that, and the belief among this is spread, is this is ostensibly a major clue or piece of evidence that controlled demolition brought down the towers, because the claim is that the antenna, the first move of collapse was the antenna sinking into the building, which would indicate that the core columns were taken out and caused the antenna to sink into the building.
There's a great deal of activity every day. There are trading rooms. There is, as we said, an exchange. Commodities are traded there.
Now let's listen to what Mr. Gage has to say about that.
The antenna falls first, before anything else falls, indicating core column damage first.
Indicating core column damage first, which is the indication that somehow the core columns were removed. Well, that's Mr. Gage's observation. Let's take a look at from a different view, and this is what to me is stunning. Mr. Gage is an architect. He's supposed to have spatial cognition, and he should have the knowledge to know that you have to, for an object that's moving in space, you have to look at it from more than one angle to really understand what it's doing. He failed to come around and look at it from the east. His view is from the north. This is the north edge right here. The north is out this way. This wall right here, this is the east wall right here. And we can see the first move of this tower when it collapsed was this top fell over. That's the first initial move. The antenna fell over with it. You can still see here the antenna is pretty much perpendicular to that roof line right there. It's falling over with that top. Now, about in here, we could start seeing that antenna wobbling quite a bit. But these first three frames, it just stayed right in position. Now, what I did is I took and marked this protrusion out here on the antenna. I marked it in the same place in each of the four frames, and you can see that the antenna has not dropped into the building. It's still the same distance, same distance, same distance. It's amazing what a different view will show you. Now, in order to understand this a little better, I've got a diagram. This again, it's north out this way, and the views that make it look like the antenna is dropping are taken from the north. This would be the sight line, just over the edge of the roof line up to the antenna. I put a mark on it. Over here, the same sight line, looking over the corner of the building, comes above. Now this is just an illustration, but this is what the optics are of it. So when this is tilted, it's further away from the camera and at an angle, so you're not going to see that same place. It's looking like the the antenna is sinking in based on the reference of the roof line right here. And when you're looking at it from the north and looking at it, this antenna you can't tell that it's tilted away from you. It still looks like it's straight up and down. This is the south wall over here. This whole block fell over to the south, and that's why it looks like the antenna is sinking into the building. We've got a little video that shows the same thing. This is a view again from the east, and you can see the first move is for that antenna to fall to the south, and it's falling with that block, this block of the building that's falling. It's falling over, and the reason is we know, and I don't have it for this video, but I'll show it in another video. It is this south wall over here. A photograph taken from a police helicopter shows very clearly that this south wall is caving in prior to collapse. You can see it bowed inward, and that you can see very intense fire back there on the south wall. So this also is in conflict with the idea that this just suddenly just dropped straight down. It didn't. The south wall of the tower gradually deformed. Mr. Gage states as fact that the antenna fell first, dropped into the building.
The antenna falls first, before anything else falls, indicating core column damage first. The antenna falls first, before anything else falls, indicating core column damage first.
So the viewer is left with the idea that that antenna dropped straight down in the building, indicating that the core columns were cut to start collapse. Obviously, that's false, and Mr. Gage has not done the job that he should have done in observing. Thanks for watching.